Hi, I'm Paula from Paula's DIY Decor and welcome to my channel. I'm the crafter from Down Under and today I want to share with you 4 fabulous DIYs to make this beautiful citrus fuchsia tablescape. So for our first DIY, we're going to make a beautiful citrus gold floral centerpiece. Now I used flowers from my stash. I upcycled a fabulous box that came, it actually housed my husband's Apple Watch that he got for his birthday. I find the packaging is super sturdy and beautiful and really well made. And I used some old gold contact paper from my Christmas decorations and some florals. So once you've cut down your gold contact to size, then you're literally going to wrap your box as if you were wrapping a present. So I like to do them one panel at a time, just so I can get rid of all of those little air bubbles. You can see me rubbing the air bubbles out. And you're also going to cut the corners of your sides so that it folds over the side of the box really easily. As you keep going through each panel, making sure you've got all the little air bubbles out, you can then continue to fold over the contact, cutting off any excess contact, making sure you're doing those little diagonal cuts on the corners just so that it makes a nice seamless fold on the inside. And there you have a beautiful upcycled, recycled cardboard box in some gorgeous foiled gold contact paper, which looks absolutely stunning and will look fabulous with our floral centerpiece. So once we're done with the 2 boxes, I just put in some old floral foam that I recycled from another project that I was working on, and I started to pop in some florals from my stash. Again, some of these florals came from my Easter stash. Some of them came from a range of different projects that I've been working on. I wanted to use a range of different really bright colours. This is a gold and fuchsia inspired citrus tablescape. So I wanted to create as much brightness and happiness on the table as possible. What I did though, which was really interesting, was I used a pick from one of the floral stems. When I cut them down, I tend to keep the picks. I actually learned that from Ramon at home. He gave us a great idea not to throw away any spare picks because they do come in handy for using them with, as I'm using them here with my citrus, my orange and my mandarins, or you can use them for your Easter eggs, or you can use them for any baubles at Christmas time. So don't throw away those picks. They're actually really, really useful. And so I used one of those picks and popped it into some of my mandarin and some of my oranges, just so that I could use it as a decorative feature in this floral centerpiece. And I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. It was so pretty, all upcycled using materials from my stash. If I can do it, you can do it too. It is the easiest DIY and it's absolutely stunning on my table. Next, I want to share with you my second DIY, which is this beautiful faux fuchsia decoupage plate. It's actually a salad plate that I decoupaged with some paper napkins, and it turned out stunning. You're going to need some plastic party plates, some beautiful napkins. This design has pink and orange, which is perfect for my citrus and fuchsia inspired tablescape, and you're going to need some Mod Podge. So to get started, just unwrap your plates. I used some white paint that I had. It's just some house paint that I got from my garage, but you can use chalk paint or white acrylic paint. And I just gave my plastic plates a once over with the white paint. I just wanted to get rid of that gold rim that came on the plate. And then once that was dry, I used my Mod Podge and I gave each plate a very healthy dose of Mod Podge, making sure that you carry the glue all the way to the very edge of the salad plate. And then I stripped away the layers of the napkin. Most napkins come with 3-ply, so you want to peel away the top layers until you get to just the ink. And then you're going to use, and then peel it away, and then you're going to use some Glad film or plastic film, scrunch it up, and you're going to press down the paper napkin onto the Mod Podge in a circular fashion until you've got the napkin nicely decoupaged all across the salad plate. And then I let that dry a little bit, because I find if I lay some Mod Podge over the top straight away, the napkin rips. So I let it dry, and then once it's dry, I then put some Mod Podge all over the top of the paper plate just to seal that napkin in. Now this is a decorative plate. We won't be eating from this plate. So just make sure that if you use your decoupage on a salad plate, that you don't use it as an eating plate. Then what I wanted to do was I wanted to embellish the salad plate. You'll notice that the design has pink and orange, but I wanted the orange to really pop so that it would really match the citrus on my table. So I used some of my craft pens. I had some beautiful pens with gold and bronze colours and silver. They're from Crayola and I picked them up from my stationery store. And then what I did was I just used my bronze colour and kind of coloured in wherever there was orange. So it would be orange underneath, but it had this really nice reflective sort of goldy, bronzy pattern. And then what I did was I went back over the bronze with my gold pen to give it that nice rim on the side of the salad plate. And I thought it turned out really sophisticated, really chic and beautiful, and it looks really high end. I was really, really pleased with it, and it looked stunning on the table as well. Now this third DIY is super easy and super quick to make, so don't blink because you might miss it. We're making a beautiful fuchsia rose napkin. All you're going to need is a cloth napkin, a fork, and some dessert cups to put your napkin inside of. You're going to lay out your beautiful cloth napkin. You can see I've chosen this beautiful fuchsia colour, and you're going to take your fork, put it in the centre of the napkin and literally twist it around until it can't twist anymore. Then you're going to flip it over, and look at that, a gorgeous napkin rose. How gorgeous and cute is that? The easiest way to decorate your table. To tie the dessert cup into the theme of the fuchsia and the gold, I went back and used some of that gold contact paper from the first DIY, and I cut it down into little strips and simply adhered it around the edge of the dessert cup. And I thought that gave the dessert cup just a nice, elegant, beautiful kind of sparkle, and I thought it worked really well with the entire design of the tablescape. So for this fourth DIY, and in the spirit of upcycle and recycling and using what you've got in your stash, I used an old vase that I had in my stash and turned it into a citrus and fuchsia decoupage vase, which I used as a gorgeous centrepiece for this series. So you can see here that I've taken the vase and it's got it used to have lots of bling on it. I took out all the bling, and I didn't even bother cleaning it up because I knew I was going to cover it with some white paint. So I covered the entire vase with some white paint. It's just some house paint that I had in my stash, but you can use chalk paint or acrylic paint. And then I used the napkins that I've used for this entire series, peeled away the layers, and put some Mod Podge all around the vase, and then adhered the napkin onto the vase. Now the reason for the white paint, you don't need to cover your vases, especially if they're glass, in white paint in order to decoupage your napkins, but I do it because it makes the vibrancy of the ink within the napkin really shine through. So if it was clear, I don't think that the white from inside the napkin would really make those colours shine through, if that makes sense. So I prefer to put some white paint around my vase. So once you've Mod Podged your entire vase and you've laid your napkin down, use some cling wrap or some plastic wrap, scrunch it up, and then that helps you to smooth out all of the bumps and the little bubbles that you might get in your napkin. And then to finish it off, you're going to, once it's dry, you're going to put another layer of Mod Podge over the top just to seal the vase in. And then, as I did with my salad plates in the previous DIY, I used my markers, my gold and bronze markers, and I went over all of the parts of the napkin that were orange with my bronze marker, just to give it a little bit of that sparkle and shine and reflective nature, and give it some dimension. It really looks a lot more high-end when you see some glimmer and some reflective parts to your vase, and I think it turned out really gorgeous. And then I did go back over the rim and the edges of the vase to give it that final little touch, and then I popped some flowers into the vase, and of course use the same process as I did with the previous project, using some of my oranges and my mandarins inside the floral arrangement, using really bright, beautiful, happy colours, because this is the centrepiece to my tablescape. So now this is my favourite part. It's time to put all of the DIYs together and create a gorgeous citrus and fuchsia tablescape. If you're liking what you're seeing, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. For all of my subscribers, thank you so much for your wonderful messages. They mean so much to me. They make me so happy. I love to hear what you like to see. I really enjoy crafting. It's one of those things that just makes me feel happy, makes me feel joyful, especially, you know, it's a pretty tough time in Australia at the moment with COVID, and I just think this just brings joy to my family. We're about to have a gorgeous breakfast brunch, and I just thought, why not decorate the table with some beautiful citrus and fuchsia colours that make the day so much brighter when there's so many challenges going on in the world. So thank you to my subscribers. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that button so you can be alerted every time I upload a video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really, really loved making this tablescape today. It's just been so joyful. I think the colours are so bright. You can use them for any special occasion. I was thinking you could use them for a bridesmaid theme, or welcome into summer, or even in the middle of winter, really, just a nice beautiful morning. So enjoy this tablescape and leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Have a great week. Bye.